So when we do sine wave in Taekwondo, we do it for three main reasons. First of all, when you come to a neutral position from anywhere, let's say from an L stance guarding block, you can come to neutral and you can deliver any technique. So from here, I can come forward, I can deliver a punch. I come forward, I can drop over my shoulder and do a rear elbow thrust. I could come forward, I can turn in any direction. I can come forward and deliver a front kick. So it's versatile, we have lots of options. Secondly, we come throughout sine wave move upwards, generally on the react part of it, and we're looking to use our body weight and use the fact that we have gravity on our side and drop down into our technique. We're not ever stamping down with our foot, this isn't what we do. We keep it on the floor, but we let our body weight drop down into the technique, and it gives us a little bit of extra power. And finally, and most importantly, the main reason we do it is because it gives us better acceleration. So all of the power that we generate from Taekwondo does not come from really trying to force through. It is not about trying to put power into techniques. It's all about doing things as quickly as possible. That's why we have front snap kick. That's our main technique, is a punch here through. And when we do sine wave, we save our technique until the last quarter of the movement, and it gives us more acceleration and more speed when we need it. We can try and come through here, but it's slower. I lose my balance, I don't have gravity, and most importantly, I'm wasting energy and I'm not putting all the speed into the end of technique. I'm just trying to do it all the way through. So when we're doing a sine wave, we're doing it in three different parts. First of all, you've got what I'm going to call, and all of these terms are kind of my own proprietary terms, but they are relevant and they've been designed in a way that will help you get used to it. The first step is always relaxation. So I'm going to use the example of a walking stance punch. We're here. We're looking to relax. Now what will happen generally on a relax is I'll bring my weight over this front leg, and the knee is going to be the first thing to bend. Okay? In every move we try and come to a neutral position. So we're here. This is our first move. You'll notice my head, difficult to see I know with the slope, but my head does drop. It comes down. But I do not force this. If it's forced, then we're not relaxing. Okay? What causes it is the bend over my front knee, and my weight comes onto my front leg here. Foot comes in, generally it'll be about parallel here. We've got two options. We can be straight parallel, or we can be with our toes halfway along our foot here. And generally when we're turning, that's the one we'll do. But when we're coming straight forward, parallel here. Okay, so parallel. This is relax. That's the first step. Nice and easy. We want to have our weight centered this way. So we're over our feet vertically. And we want all of our weight on the leg that was in front previously. Second step is what I like to call react step, or sometimes we'll call it pre-action. There's a slight difference, but I'm not going to go into that now. Okay, so it's a relax, and then we step through and react. Generally, we're looking for opposite movement to the way we're about to go. If we come into a guarding block, here, our hands come backwards because during the final phase they're going to come forwards. If we're in a walking stance and we're coming forward to punch, I'm going to punch with my right hand, which means I'm stretching this left leg, this left hand forward and the right leg forward, so that when we deliver, we have opposite reaction force. Okay? Here, this way. The final thing to note on the react phase of sine wave is that it's difficult to demonstrate. First of all, your hands should be moving quickly. So from here, relax. This is slow, this is natural, but this moves quickly. And second of all, we should be reaching the point of no return with our weight, okay? So while I'm doing it for the camera, trying to slow it down, I'm trying to hold as much weight onto this back leg as I can, but in real life, when we're doing it fast, we should be ready to drop forwards, okay? There should be no difference, especially in the leg movement, between the speed of the react and later the execute phases. Okay, so all the way through, relax to here as we were, react, and we're stepping up. And artificially, I've got more weight on this front leg than I would have, So it's here, but I can't keep my weight on it for too long, which is the purpose. That's what it's there for. And then the final stage that we have is execution. Okay, so execution is where you put as much speed into that final technique as you can. All right, nice and simple. Relax, react, and then execute is just deliver the technique. Generally, we'll be having hands moving either in opposite directions or moving together into whatever block, guard, finishing position that we have. Now, when we're moving forwards, we have a very simple sine wave. It's always here, our head comes down, we stand up, and we drop down into it. The same is true if you're in L stance. We come through and we're in the same position, and we come up, and the rotation of the foot happens on the end. But the same kind of standard relax up, down, it's very easy to get. Even sitting stance, we're through here, and we drop. And everything, all the same. It's just the rotation that happens on the end, and the execution that happens on the end will be a different technique. Now when we're turning, of course, we've got several different turns that we can do, but the principles do stay the same. I'm going to go over it a bit more because it can be difficult to clarify where the relax kind of phase ends and how much of it you should do. So here it is, relax phase. For this I'm going to be using, let's use, okay, so we've got rising block here from Dangantal. Okay, in, out into L stance, a knife hand side strike. Okay, so right side forward. The relax phase. Now, here is where it ends. This is quite a long movement, or a long phase of the technique. Okay, normally the relax takes about half the time, and it does still take half the time, but we've got to travel more. So we're here, and we're staying down. Watch my head throughout the movement again. My head is crunched down. Now our feet are still parallel. Generally when we're turning, we're looking to end up the relax phase on a 45-degree angle. So if I'm ready to go out this way, I'm going to be 45 degrees between the way I was and the way I've been rotating around. Okay, the same is true at the other end. The same is true if we're turning 180 degrees. Generally here, okay? So this is a spot turn, and when we do spot turn, the relax phase doesn't finish until the weight has been transferred onto this foot and we're here and we're turned and we're ready to go. Okay? If we're delivering something that's coming across, we'll be at 45. If we're delivering something straightforward, we'll be straightforward. But this one, of course, we're delivering something that comes across. So, Dangantal, relaxes to here. Feet are at 45, feet are parallel, going in the same direction, and we're ready to go. Head stays down throughout, we don't stand up. React. Okay? Now, everything from here is pretty simple. Okay? Lift, and we're ready to go. That's all it is. React, whatever's position we're in, chamber position, or guarding, wherever we are. The pre-action comes through as if we were going forwards. And then we execute the same as we would as if we were going forwards. All that changes is you must make sure you're coming to 45 degrees, you're looking where you're going, you pick up and you deliver towards the direction that the direction that you're going, and you're looking in that direction. Okay? Like I said earlier, one of the reasons behind sine wave is that we can deliver any technique. So from here, I can still choose to do something else at that point. But if I do it incorrectly, if I'm standing upright from here, it is difficult to then change my momentum. So I'm here, and I want to go this way. I can't change momentum very easily.